Alright, we've narrowed our contractor now. Here's some other terms to know. I think we've used maybe a few of these terms before, but this should be brief. Value engineering. Value engineering is a process of going through, showing alternatives for cost-effective design choices. And what that means is going through and saying, well, you know, you have a restricted budget, but you really want geothermal system to be installed or a ground source heat pump system. Ground source heat pump has a higher first cost and maybe you don't need that so much. They might say, value engineering process might say, well, you're going to save a certain, however many thousands of dollars in order to go with, say, an air-cooled system as opposed to a ground source system, for instance. That's the process of value engineering, and they might come up with a few alternatives for you to choose from. And it's not just certain aspects. They'll look through the entire project, and a design builder might be very good at that, whereas a design bid build process, the architect might specify certain things, and the contractor says, all right, well, you specified this high-end lighting fixture, I'm going to give you a high-end lighting fixture. But the architect might put in language that says, well, or alternative, and they want the contractor to go in and say, okay, I will put in an alternative if we're thinking of that. So they will go through and do a value engineering process. So don't think of it as engineering, like to go through and do that. It's just the term that you need to know is value engineering. All right, GC, I've probably used this previously, but GC is just your general contractor. So, and you'll run into subs being subcontractors as well, and they'll say, well, the GC said to do this if the sub is on your site, and the GC is nowhere to be found. Well, that general contractor, should have their number handy, give them a call. But the thing is, the subcontractor should also have the number handy and should also give them a call first before bothering you. If you just happen to be on site, they just might be bothering you just because you're there. Maybe you're receptive to that, but maybe not. All right, MEP, you might hear that a lot. You might hear a couple other terms as well, but you can ask about those. But if you understand, MEP means mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and usually you're going to have mechanical, electrical, plumbing in a phase of a project no matter what. If you just say MEP, when is the MEP work going to be going in there? You can sound more knowledgeable about the design and construction process. So if you're expecting a MEP contractor to be there to install the ductwork, all the fixtures, lighting fixtures and receptacles, and the plumbing guy, how are they going to work together? Are they three different subs that have worked together before? And who's going first, second, and third, etc.? Are there going to be conflicts? I don't want the electrical contractor to come in and start to, tear out or put in electrical devices that are going to be conflicting with, say, the plumbing work, where you might have some valves or something like that that may leak next to an open electrical panel. That's never good. So where the plumbing contractor comes in after the electrical and they run some plumbing work over the electrical panels. It's against code. You can't do these things. So how does that work out in order to avoid any sort of inspection mishaps on the project? So if you say, how is the MEP work going to be handled with the general contractor? General contractor will be, advised that you do know a little bit about the process, that yes, you may not know everything, but at least you have an inkling of how the process is going to work, and that they need to have the time to arrange all of these things. So if you give them that leeway, they're going to be appreciative of that, but it also lets them know that you're wise to how the process works, and that you don't anticipate getting snowed over or any sort of bumbling along. You want to have a smoother process whenever you have a project like this.